Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching, tuning in. I thought I'd start today about a topic I don't think I've talked about a lot, but you know me, I go through phases, and I thought I'm gonna try Tinder again. We're just gonna not think about the past. We're gonna go in fresh and we're gonna attempt Tinder again. I've tried Hinge, and you can check out my Hinge review that I did, and I genuinely thought that Hinge was literally you're just jumping through so many hoops to get a man, and it's literally just not worth it. Follow your dreams, follow your goals. But I thought I'd do Tinder again. And this is what I'm going to talk about is literally the bane of my existence on Tinder. Trying to find someone that I'm compatible with, someone that I like, and I will scroll through their profile and I'll always find this on their prompt of like the guys I like. Here we go. I have children and don't want more. And this is literally the bane of my existence. This is what I find as a woman dating now. Obviously, if you know my channel before, I'm dating, I don't have any children, single, never been married, and I'm looking to find someone. And I find that on Tinder, the only people that I would kind of think, yeah, you're kind of compatible with me age-wise, like the same interests, the same hobbies, educated to the same kind of status, they're divorced. And they've already had children, they've already done that, they've parked that, they don't want any more children. And I find I'm in this situation where the only age appropriate people that I meet are divorced. And when I was younger, I was always so dead against dating someone with children. I was like, no, I'm gonna be bottom of the pile, I'm gonna be, bottom of the rung, I'm gonna be the last priority. I'm gonna have to deal with a man that has no available time for me. I'm gonna have to deal with his crazy ex-wife that probably has a massive grudge. And on top of that, he's got his children, and obviously his children are going to be his main priority. And one of my friends said to me, the trouble is, if they're with their children all the time, it's a problem. And equally, if they're not with their children all the time, it's a problem. It's a catch-22 if you want to date someone that's going to be a good dad. And if he's just going around acting like a baby daddy and not looking after his children, then that is also a massive red flag. I was always completely dead against it. I was like, nope, I'm not dating anyone with children. And obviously, as you get older, you have to be a bit more flexible. You can't be as rigid as when you were 25. When you were 25, you can be like, nope, I'm not dating anyone with children. But as you get older, you obviously have to be realistic, and there aren't going to be as many men available when you get to a certain age that have no baggage. And I hate to use the term baggage because that's obviously, it's a child at the end of the day. The problem for me, I don't want to go on a massive political rant, but predominantly my last probably fertile years, I was locked down. I was locked down by the pandemic. They were probably my last kind of fertile years where I could be more picky and I could be like, no, I don't want to marry someone with kids. But now I'm older, I realise that I probably will have to date someone with kids. And there's always going to be that clash because I'm obviously single, I can get up at 11. If I want to, I can just jump on a train and go to Paris for the day on the Eurostar. I have no responsibilities. I can just do what I want. I can spend my time filming. If I want to, I can just think, hey, I'm going to eat a pot noodle for dinner. I don't care. I'm my own person. I can just do what I want. But if you're dating someone with children, they can't do that. Their whole life is going to revolve around their children. And this is what I found. I always found if I have dated people with children in the past, it would always be, well, I have to see my kids on a Saturday. That's non-negotiable. And it would always be me working around their schedule. And it was almost as if my filming schedule on a Saturday was second. I always felt like I had to be like, oh, well, my dreams aren't important. The kids trump everything. Him seeing the kids on a Saturday trumps everything. If I wanted to go maybe see the Christmas markets on a Saturday, have a day out, it'd be like, no, I'm seeing my kids. And it would always be, I get to see my kids once in a week on that Saturday. That's non-negotiable. We can't go to that. We can't go to the Christmas market because that's the day with my kids. And I get it. If you can only see your kids on that day and that's your visitation day, I get it. But then I'd be like, well, what about the following Saturday? And then they'd be like, oh, well, something's come up. I've got to look after the kid. And in the end, it was just a nightmare because I felt like I was just giving. I was just giving too much. I was being flexible. And the other people weren't seeing that, oh, my channel is important to me. Me filming on a Saturday is important to me. But I was always willing to push the channel aside to make things work, to not post as often, to take weeks off, to try and get something off the ground. But it was always as if the child or the children were more important than me. So there's multiple issues. Part of it's compatibility. Are you compatible with the person you're dating? And I'm long past the stage where it's just like chemistry, because at the end of the day, for me, compatibility is getting more important. Am I compatible with this person? Like, even a few weeks ago, I was chatting to someone on Tinder that didn't have kids. They were younger than me. I thought, you know what? Just go younger. You haven't done it before. Just give it a try. Just go younger. See what happens. Match with someone younger. And then you get through the general chit chat of, oh, do you live on your own? Oh, I live with 2 other people. And I was like, fuck this. I am not going back to dating a student in his frat pack. I'm not doing that. I am a self-sufficient woman. I'm not dating someone that has not got their shit together. And by younger man, I don't mean like someone in university. I mean someone literally maybe like 4 or 5 years younger than me. Like a fully fledged adult that is not self-actualized, living in a student house, basically. My days of that are gone. I've been there, done that, where I've had my own house and I've dated someone that's lived in their little frat pack, and you go there and it's a mess, it's dirty, the bathroom's dirty, there's beer cans everywhere, and I was like, no, I'm an adult, I'm not putting up with that. And you know what, I just unmatched him, like, literally couldn't be bothered with it. No time for niceties, just girls, you just have to be ruthless and just unmatched. Because if a man has not got his life together by, late 20s, that is it. You do not have to mother him. You do not have to spoon feed him. It is up to him to get his life sorted. So I've dated younger, I've dated older. The thing is, whatever age you pick, you're gonna get issues. If you get younger, you're gonna get those kind of issues of the men that aren't quite there and aren't quite sorted. If you date older, you're going to get the men with children. And it's a bit like pick your battles. Who do you want to date? You have to pick your battles, and that's what you have to deal with. And for me, I'm not even adverse to someone that has children. I think it would be good for me to step outside of the lane that I'm in at the moment, which is just self. And I can get stuck in that lane of being like, yep, want this channel to go, self. It'd probably be good for me to not be in such a selfish mode all the time. But the thing is, when you match the men on Tinder, like I say, they don't want any more children. And equally, that's not good to me because I want children. I can't forfeit the fact that I want children. I can't forfeit the fact because I've met someone that I like and they're done. And they don't want any more children, and I get that. If you've been there, you've done that, you've had the sleepless nights, you've changed the nappies, and you meet someone and you don't want to do that again. I completely understand that. It's not the same for women. A man at that age, they can think, yep, I've got my children, tick, that's done. I can just have fun now. And that's why the 40-year-olds with children can go and date the 20-year-olds, because they've ticked that off, that's all done, and they can just think, yeah, I can have fun now. Whereas the people my age think, yep, still got to tick off that societal checklist of having a child, having a baby, becoming a woman. So this is where I am at the moment. Do you almost go into a relationship that you know is doomed, that you know this person doesn't want children? Should I keep talking to this person even though they've set their standard out? And like I've talked in the past about, if a man doesn't want a relationship, take him at his word. I think you probably just still have to take a man at his word on Tinder. If he's putting that on his profile, he has no reason to lie about it. He has no reason to think, oh, I'm going to put this for no reason. He's putting that because he's had his children and he doesn't want any more. And this is what I'm finding, is that I'm dating wanting children. The people that are attractive or attractive to me because they're, sorted, got a good job, etc., intelligent, they don't want any more children. And it's that clash of compatibility of, am I going to be compatible with someone that has children? Because as harsh as it sounds, I don't want to be second best. I don't want to go into any relationship being second best. And that's the thing. If you date someone with children, you're always going to be second best. And you have to think, can I put up with the notion that I will always be second best to somebody else's children? It's a completely different ball game being second best to your own children because they're your flesh and blood. But can you be second best to someone else's children? That's the question. That's the question that you have to think. And I think you have to really love the person that you're with, or be so invested in them that you can put up with the fact that his children will always come first.